very long once she'd woken up. Occasionally, though, an egregiously vivid dream might make such an impression that it lodged in her memory, and that's what happened that morning. It wasn't in any way a bad dream, nor was it a particularly good dream, the sort of dream that makes one feel as if one has been vouchsafed some great mystical insight. It was rather one of those dreams that seems to be a clear warning that something special is about to happen. If a dream involves lottery tickets and numbers, then its meaning is clear enough. This dream was not like that, and yet it left Mma Ramotswe feeling that she had somehow been given advance notice of something out of the ordinary, something important. In this dream, she was walking along a path in the stretch of bush immediately behind Tlokweng Road Speedy Motors, the building that the No. 1 Ladies' Detective Agency shared with Mr. J.L.B. Matakoni's garage. She wasn't sure where she was going, but this didn't seem to matter, as Mma Ramotswe felt happy just to be walking along it with no great sense of having to reach a destination. And why should one not walk along a path, particularly a comfortable path, without any idea of getting anywhere? She turned a corner and found herself faced with a large acacia tree, its foliage extending out like the canopy of a commodious umbrella. To dream of trees is to long for trees, and finding herself under the shade of this tree would have been enough to make the dream a satisfactory one. But there was more to it. Underneath the tree, standing in such a position that the mottled shade of the leaves all but obscured his face, was a tall, well-built man. He now stepped forward, held out a hand, and said, "I have come at last, Mma Ramotswe." And that was the point at which Mma Ramotswe awoke. The encounter with this stranger had not been threatening in any way. There'd been nothing in his demeanour that was suggestive of hostility, and she hadn't felt in the slightest bit anxious. As for what he said, she'd simply thought, even if she hadn't had the time to say it, yes, it has been a long time. For a few minutes after waking, she'd lain still in bed, mulling over the dream. Had the man been her father? Then the dream would have been easy to understand. She knew that she dreamed of her father from time to time, which was only to be expected, given that not a day went past, not one day, when she didn't think of that great and good man, the late Obed Ramotswe. If you think of somebody every day, then you can be sure you will dream of him at night. But it wasn't him whom she encountered under that acacia tree. That was very clear. It was somebody quite different. Somebody she sensed was from a long way away. But who could that be? Mma Ramotswe didn't really know anybody from a long way away, unless one counted Francistown or Maun, where she knew a number of people. But those towns, although several hundred miles from Gaborone, are both in Botswana, and nowhere in Botswana was the abode of strangers. That was because Botswana, to those who lived there, was home, and familiar, and comfortable, and no place in such a country will seem far away. No, this man under the tree was from somewhere outside the country. And that was unusual and puzzling, and would have to be thought about at some length. "I had a very unusual dream," she said to Mma Makutsi as they attended to the morning's mail in the office. Mma Makutsi looked up from the envelope that she was in the process of slitting open. "Dreams are always unusual," she said. "In fact, it is unusual to have a usual dream." Mma Ramotswe frowned. She thought that she